Would you share a toothbrush with a friend? No? How about makeup? I know it doesn't sound as personal, but they both touch really sensitive areas, and it's so easy to transfer bacteria and dirt. Sharing makeup can be a little risky, but with the right habits, you can make it simple, clean, and stress-free. So let's break it down. Hello YouTube, my name is Vesta and I'm a student at the Beauty Academy working towards my professional certification as a makeup artist. Here on this channel, I share what I learned, my mistakes, observations, and hopefully progress. Stay with me to see if I can become a real professional. So first, let's quickly talk about why sharing your makeup is risky. The awkward truth is that makeup products are a perfect environment for fungi, viruses, and bacteria, and it's enough that you already have your own. To transfer someone else's, it's a really perfect recipe for disaster. And what kind of disaster can it be? It can be cold sores, pink eyes, breakouts, and other unpleasant skin diseases. Even if your friend is very clean, I know we all live in 2025, everybody's clean, but trust me, the second you touch anything at all, it's not considered clean anymore. Not clean. That's the life. So how do we share? The easiest and best answer is that we just don't. But if you still want to have friends, there is a way. The best way is the one that all makeup artists use, and I always tell you that you should do too. Spatula and a plate. Plate can be plastic, it can be metal, whatever you prefer. It can even be a plate, whatever. Just make sure it's clean. The way we use it, we open our product, just scratch a little bit, put it on the palette, and then we use it. If we need to dip again, we do it, but put it on a different area so we don't touch the same product, the same area where already bacteria was transferred. Actually, it's a really good habit even if you don't share your makeup, even if you do it by yourself, because still you transfer your own into makeup products, and especially cream products, they absorb all the dirt, all the bacteria so easily, so you just don't want it. When possible, use a palette, be safe. The second most important thing to use is rubbing alcohol. Yes, this is the situation where alcohol is your friend. Mine is 90%. You can also use 70. It doesn't really matter. They both work. With alcohol, we spritz everything. Now let's go over most of the products and see how we can safely share it. Let's say we need to share a lipstick or a balm. And if you don't have a spatula, you take a tissue, wipe away the first thin layer, spritz with alcohol, safe to use. Again, ideally, after you did this, you take it with a spatula, put it on the plate. That's the best way to do it. But if you don't have spatula and a plate, you can already apply it. Then you spritz it again, and it's sanitary. Same goes with lip gloss. Unfortunately, you cannot really spritz this. It doesn't make any sense. So we just put it on the plate, and from there we take it with a different applicator. Same goes to eyeliner. Scoop out on the plate, and then we work. Now let's talk about pencils. Pencil should always be sharp. When you need to share your lip pencil, again, sanitize, dry a little bit. Take a sharpener, and of course you should have a special makeup sharpener, not the one that you use for your kids' pencils. You sharpen it a little, spray, now it's ready. And nothing goes back into its original box, or you close nothing until you sanitized it. Now we can safely close. Same goes to powders. Powders are much easier because they don't transfer as much because they are dry and bacteria likes more liquid solution. But still, we sanitize it. We're just making sure that we're not too close. Let it dry a little bit. Again, before, after. Now it's dry, we close. Makeup brushes. Ideally, everybody has enough brushes for themselves. If you absolutely necessarily need to share the brush, depending on the product, if it's a powder, you can use a special cleaner for brushes if you have it, but very often people don't. So again, alcohol. Now you can use it, but don't overdo it. It's the last resort to do that. Alcohol really dries the bristles, so they will break over time if you do it way too often. So this is really last resort. Let's say you had a clean brush, you gave it to your friend, she used it, she gave it back. You really need to deep clean it. At home, you take a dishwashing soap mixed with a little bit of baby oil, and to remember it, imagine shampooing and then conditioning your hair. So the oil is like a little conditioner. You clean it at home, you dry it overnight, then it's sanitary. Same goes with these puffs. These ones, they are for powder. They are multi-use ones, so if we shared it with someone, we wash it with water, soap, and there can be no compromise here. Mascara. Unfortunately, mascara is something that we share often, or we are asked to share often. However, this is the worst thing to share, because once the brush touches someone's lashes and you dip it back, it's a game over. You cannot clean it after that. And the risks with mascara are the greatest because everything around our eyes is the most sensitive, and the pinky eye, you just don't want that for sure. What's the solution here? The best one is to have a disposable mascara brush. You can buy them online. They usually come in packs of 50 or 100. Again, I understand you don't need 100 unless you are a makeup artist, but sometimes you can go to Sephora and they just have samples of them. I'm pretty sure they will be fine if you grab one and just have it at hand. This is really convenient. Or maybe you have a brush like this. So this is not a disposable one. This is my brush for eyebrows. You can use this also for mascara, and then you just deep wash it. It's very good to have disposable tools when you share makeup or do it on someone else. There are a lot of those. Most likely you saw them in Sephora. I have a lot of different shapes here. This brush, there are lip brushes, there are disposable sponges that you use once and throw away. Again, I understand the reality. If you are not a makeup artist, you're not going to buy that. But if there's a chance to grab it somewhere, or maybe you can buy a pack and just share it, and just split it with someone, with a friend, and just to have those in your makeup pouch. That's always a great idea. Also, something that you have at home for sure is a Q-tip. Q-tip is also something that you can use. So let's quickly wrap it up. First of all, we always wash our hands. I think I didn't say this in the beginning, but that must be super obvious to everybody, especially after COVID. If we absolutely do not have to share, it's better not to, at least not the cream products. If we do share, the best way to do it with a spatula and a palette. We always want to sanitize everything before and after. I have rubbing alcohol in a liquid form. There are also tissues soaked in alcohol that you can have in your bag. When you clean the brushes, it's always a good idea to deep clean them at home under water with soap and baby oil. And if there's a chance to use disposables, we use disposables. And disposables obviously are just for one-time use. Now you know everything you need to know about being clean and sanitary, and this is the first knowledge that they pass on you in a beauty school. Not face shapes, not color theory, it's sanitation. That's why I will never shut up about this. I will be reminding you about this all the time because trust me, it's very important even if you're using it just by yourself. And that was my time. I hope you learned something new. If you did, please write down below in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Sharing is caring, but hygiene is queen. God, I'm so cringe.